If your ideal birthday is just a quiet day to yourself and people act like that's sad or weird, this video is going to make a lot of sense because what you're feeling isn't what people think it is. Let me guess. People have told you that wanting to be alone on your birthday means you're depressed, or that you don't appreciate them, or that you're not even trying to enjoy yourself. And maybe you've started to wonder if they're right. Like, what kind of person doesn't want to celebrate their own birthday? Here's the thing though, wanting to be alone on your birthday doesn't mean you're sad or antisocial. It usually means something completely different. Let me explain. So birthdays come with this built-in expectation that you're the center of attention. Everyone's looking at you, they're singing to you, they're watching you open presents and waiting for your reaction. They want you to be excited and grateful and happy in a very visible way. And if you're someone who doesn't like being the focal point, that's kind of your nightmare. It's not that you don't appreciate people caring about you, it's that you hate the performance of it. You hate feeling like you're on stage, like everyone's monitoring whether you're having the right reaction. Some people love that. They get energy from being celebrated. But if you're someone who prefers to connect with people one-on-one or who feels awkward when attention is on you, a birthday party is just deeply uncomfortable. You're not being ungrateful. You just don't like being a spectacle. Here's another layer. On your birthday, you're expected to be happy, like aggressively happy. People ask, "Are you excited?" And if you say not really, they look concerned. But birthdays are just a day. And sometimes you don't feel particularly celebratory. Maybe you're thinking about getting older and feeling weird about it. Maybe you're in a season of life where things are hard. Maybe you're just in a regular mood and don't feel like performing joy. When you're alone, you can feel however you actually feel. You can be reflective or neutral or even a little sad, and that's fine. Nobody's watching you, waiting for you to be happy enough to justify their effort. There's something really honest about spending your birthday alone. You're not performing for anyone. You're just existing as yourself, which is actually kind of a nice way to mark another year. There's also this weird thing where birthday celebrations can feel really disconnected from what you actually want. Maybe what would make you happy is taking a long walk or reading all day or working on a project you care about. But you can't say that because it doesn't sound celebratory enough. So you end up doing what you're supposed to do, dinner with friends or a party or whatever, and it's fine, but it's not actually what you wanted. When you spend your birthday alone, you can do exactly what feels right to you. If you want to sleep in and order takeout and watch movies, you can. If you want to go to a museum by yourself, you can. If you want to do literally nothing, that's allowed. You're honoring what you actually want instead of what you think you're supposed to want. And there's something really self-aware about that. Here's something I think gets missed. Some people mark milestones externally and some people mark them internally. External processors want to celebrate with others. They process the significance of their birthday through shared experience, through being seen and acknowledged by their people. But if you're an internal processor, you might need quiet time to actually reflect on the past year, to think about what's changed, what you've learned, where you're going. You can't do that in the middle of a party. You need space and silence to let those thoughts come up. Wanting to be alone on your birthday might just mean you're someone who processes meaning privately. You're not avoiding celebration. You're celebrating in a way that actually feels significant to you. One last thing. People sometimes assume that if you don't want a birthday party, you don't care about your relationships. But that's not how it works. You can deeply value your people and still not want to celebrate with them. You can appreciate that they care and still prefer to be alone. Those things aren't contradictory. In fact, sometimes the people who love you most are the ones who make you feel guilty about wanting alone time because they're trying to show they care. They think a party is a gift. And for them, maybe it is. But for you, the gift would be them understanding that you show up differently, that you connect in quieter ways, that you being alone on your birthday isn't a rejection of them. So here's what's actually happening. If you prefer being alone on your birthday, you're someone who recharges in solitude, not in crowds. You prefer deeper connections with fewer people, so a big celebration feels hollow compared to something quieter and more meaningful. You're not avoiding people, you're honoring how you're actually wired, and honestly, that's not weird, that's self-aware. So tell me, do you actually prefer being alone on your birthday, or do you force yourself to celebrate anyway? I explain behaviors like this every day, and I think you'll enjoy this one too. See you there. Bye!